Oh, we got a lot of pigeon peas, y'all. Let's make some Arroz Con Gandules. My pigeon peas are ready to harvest, y'all, and look how bent over these trees are. They're so heavy with fruit. I mean, look at this. I'm surprised this branch hasn't snapped off because there is so many pigeon peas. So excited. All right, as you guys can see, I have a ton of pigeon peas here. These are the sweet red variety. They're really, really beautiful inside. I'll open one up for you. But these are really, really tasty perennial pea that grows all throughout the Caribbean, India, South America, Central America, anywhere warm. They are a tropical heat-loving species. But here in Northeast Florida, they've been doing really well. It is right before the new year. Look how beautiful these are. So tasty too when they're green like this. I'm gonna harvest a bunch of these and make some Arroz Con Gandules. Gandules is what they're called throughout the Caribbean. It's one of the national dishes for Puerto Rico. I'm not gonna bore you too much with the recipe. There's a ton out there, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that have better recipes than what I'm gonna do. I'm just using something off the internet. So this is not gonna be a cooking video. It's more about talking about pigeon peas. So as I harvest these, I'll just go over some of the great features about pigeon peas and why so many people use them in their food forests and as a permaculture staple. For one, they're easy to grow. I mean, these things, I don't fertilize them, I don't water them, and they have taken off. These trees are about 10 months old. Grew them from seeds, ordered some seeds online, and I started them and transferred them into the ground, and they've been amazing growers. I mean, they were easily 10-12 feet tall until all this fruit, I let mine go to flower and seed, is now bending them over because they're so heavy with fruit. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these. I am gonna let some of these dry on the tree so that I can sell them later on my Etsy store. So if you're interested in sweet red variety pigeon peas, very beautiful, guys, very tasty. Highly recommend you guys wait, and I will have some of these on my Etsy store shortly. Probably about another month or so, let them dry. Pigeon peas are originally from India, and that's kind of the climate that they like to grow in, warm, humid, tropical environments. So out of India, they've spread around the world, become very popular in Africa, the Caribbean, Latin America, Southeast Asia, mostly because they're so easy to grow, and they're perennial, guys. If I wanted to, I could just let this tree, prune it back after I harvest everything, and it'll grow back next year and we'll have more peas. It's like a never-ending pea supply. Besides food, you can use these as nitrogen fixers since they are from the pea family, the legume family. Obviously, that's not what I grew mine for. I wanted to try them first, see what they tasted like, and then I wanted them for the seed. So if you're gonna use them as a nitrogen fixer, I highly recommend you chop and drop them before they start flowering and fruiting, before all that nitrogen leaves the plant and goes toward flowers and seed. And it'll be better as a chop and drop if you do that. Another thing these are used for, and I was using mine a lot just for shade, to shade out some of my other plants during the summertime when the sun is the most intense and it's the most hot around here. They did a great job shading everything out. So besides being a excellent chop and drop. You can use them for pollinators because the blooms, I'll show you a short little video of the blooms with all the pollinators, the bees and the butterflies. We even had hummingbirds coming here and checking out the flowers of these things. It's the first time I've ever seen hummingbirds in the backyard since I started the food forest, and they were loving all these pigeon pea blooms. So for pollinators, excellent, excellent. I mean, they grow so big and so fast, you could make hedges out of these. For shade, windbreak, you know, it's just the amount of green material these produce, chop and drop. I mean, they're pretty useful in your food forest. And if you have any animals, livestock, you know, goats, pigs, cows, you can use it for animal feed and fodder. They love this stuff. So right now I'm gonna pick these green where the fruit is not dry, but you can let them dry on the tree, and then you can store them long term too. I mean, like any other bean or dried pea that you would buy at the store, you can store them. They keep for a very long time. So not only are these things so easy to grow, but they're very drought resistant. It's been very dry here, and I don't really water the pigeon peas too much, although they do get some water from the surrounding plants that are underneath them and around them. But they really did great during the summer when it was hot and dry, and had no issues with pests or disease with these things. So here in Northeast Florida, I would highly recommend pigeon peas. The nutritional value in these things is very good too. Very high in protein and important amino acids. All right, I almost got a whole colander of these pigeon peas here, so now I gotta go dehusk them, get them out of the shells, and get them ready for our Arroz Con Gandules. Very excited to try this dish. I've really only been working in this one little corner of this one tree. I have like a dozen of these. And look at the amount of peas. So many. So let's get them out of the shells. And I need about 2 cups of shelled pigeon peas for this Arroz Con Gandules. So we'll see what we can do. All right, you guys, got about 2.5 cups of these beautiful sweet red pigeon peas. And of course, all the shells are going right back into the compost to be reused. Holy cow, guys, that Arroz Con Gandules was super good. It was my first time making it, so, you know, roast me in the comments if I did anything wrong. I just followed one of the recipes I found online, and it's pretty dang good, I gotta admit. Let me know in the comments what else you guys do with pigeon peas. I have so many of them, thousands and thousands of these that I'm gonna harvest and save for seed, but I'd also like to keep cooking different recipes with pigeon peas. So if you guys do anything different with your pigeon peas, let me know in the comments what recipes and dishes you make with them, because I'm very happy with them. They're super delicious, easy to grow, one of the best things you can add to your food forest, and great for all the other things that I mentioned as far as chop and drop, shade, fodder, material. And look who came to visit. It's Miss Kittenkin. Miss Kitten. Hello, you want to say hello to the YouTube? Oh, come here, baby girl. There she is, there she is. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this quick little episode on pigeon peas. There'll be more episodes coming here in the future as things grow and develop, so stay tuned. Please subscribe, please give me a like, and Kitten is ready to get out of here. So we'll see y'all next time. Later.